Well, let me show you the garden. These are my burpless cukes, looking pretty good. Just watered everything, kind of beat them down a little bit with the water. On the grow arches, this is the first time I've done a grow arch with using a full T-post. I saw Alderman Farms do it, and I've been using this method before. I call them grow arches. Maybe you can see it a little bit better now. It's basically a cattle panel. Let me get where you're not squinting into the sun here. It's basically cattle panels bent up about, if I remember right, 5 feet apart. Full T-post. I was just using a little stake, and they were probably a little bit more wobbly than they should be, so that is a better idea. Thank you, Alderman Farms, for that. Anyway, this is Cukes, burpless Cukes. That's about the only kind I'll eat. This is that the yard long green bean, and long, get 2 or 3 feet long. Really good. We liked them last year a lot. Yard long here, different species, different variety, but both of these are yard long. And then my peppers look real good. Those are Brickyard, and let me see what I got here. That is Mountain Glory. I've got some Mountain Spring. Actually, I think those last 4 may be Mountain Spring. Or Mountain, heck, I don't know, some kind of mountain. Those are cherry tomatoes. Those 2, I believe, are cherries. But anyway, tomatoes look good. I've got my cages laid out right there, and I need to come over here and get me some more. I use these cages. I've shown you how to build those cages. Real easy to build. They're not necessarily cheap, unless you can find somebody that will sell you some wire that's not 100 and something feet long. But I use 3/8 rebar to hold the cages in place. Do real well. So that is let me get out of my shadow here. That is my tomatoes. 14 tomatoes, I think, 13 or 14. The peppers I just planted about 3 or 4 days ago. I planted those late. Some of them look decent, some of them not. Next year, if I start seed, I will plant peppers first, because they just take a long time to germinate and get going. My onions are looking good. I could probably pull a few of those for green onions, but I won't. I planted them far enough apart to give them plenty of room to grow. But I'm sure I will come in here and get me some green onions. My wife's gonna demand that I do, I'm sure. My taters, boy, them taters look good. Yukon Gold, German Butterball, just like me. And blue, Adirondack Blue. All the potatoes are from Haas seeds. Most of the peppers are from Haas seeds. Many of the tomatoes are from Haas seeds. These are mortgage lifter, and I've never grown a mortgage lifter, but they look beautiful. They look really good. I lost one. We got a little frost, and I kind of got a little antsy and had to put them out a little early, so I lost 1 or 2 or 3 of these tomato plants. And my brother-in-law went and bought some, and he replenished my supply with some that he had bought. Anyway, I came through here a while ago and watered. Just planted some squash here, 4 or 6 squash plants, and it's starting to get windy. Hope that doesn't bother y'all. But I lost a pepper plant right about there. He didn't look good yesterday, and he looks gone today. So I gave a bunch of all my peppers away. I just texted my son-in-law, told him if he hadn't put them in the ground yet, I need one of them back. I'm an Indian giver. I need one of my peppers, dadgum, back to fill up the hole. I can't stand having an empty hole. So I don't want to have to go buy a 6-pack to get 1 pepper, put it right there. So I'm hoping he hadn't put them in the ground yet. Anyway, again, you're having to squint in the sun. But that's the way the garden looks. Real happy with the potatoes. It's been several years since I've grown potatoes, and those really look nice. Again, those came from Haas Tools. And again, I've still got that coupon. Instead of me getting a 10% override on your purchase, I am giving you that 10%, as a discount. So if you want anything from Hoss Tools, including up to and including the Hoss wheel hose, any of them, contact Hoss Tools, hosstool.com, and before you check out, put TP2 as your discount code. You get 10%. So I just fertilized these with some chicken manure that has been sitting there for probably 6 months or a year. I need to cover that up. I'd already covered it up on this other stuff, and I need to cover up this side. I covered that side. I need to cover this side. Got rain coming tomorrow. They're saying 1.5 to 2 inches. So I'm so far everything's looking really nice. And so it's not a big garden. It's probably 50 by 40 by maybe 60, something like that. But it's all we need, and then some. Oh, I got some watermelon over here. Let me show you my melons. Got a row here of watermelon. These came from Hoss. These are Charleston Grays. And then I ran out of Charleston Grays, so I planted some seed of some Jubilee that I had. It's like 5-year-old seed. So we'll see if it comes up. I will definitely show you if that comes up and kind of give you an inkling of how long seed will last. Well, I've got some new. I don't know whether that's new or whether it's getting chewed on. Pepper stalks coming up. But the pepper, I said pepper. Potato stalks coming up. I planted a few watermelon over there. I've got some carrots over there. Heck, let's just walk over. You ain't got nothing else to do, right? Hang on. Okay, I do have a few cabbage up here. One place where a cabbage died. The rest of this is looking pretty good. It's called Dutch cabbage, I'm pretty sure. And all this row is cabbage. I planted some watermelon the other day over here, just watered them a little bit. Even though we're gonna get some rain tomorrow, I didn't water them when I planted them, and should have. So these don't look great, but I think they'll pop back up. I put some chicken manure on both sides and pull the dirt to them, so hopefully that will stay intact when the rain comes, and these plants will feed on it. There's some a row of carrots. I haven't grown carrots but once in the past. Did pretty good. In fact, check out that video right there on carrots, growing carrots. It's called Carrots Need Leg Room. It's kind of amusing. Something you've never seen before, probably. I've got a few flowers over here that growing from my wife. These came from George Washington's farm, Mount Vernon. He wasn't there at the time. Well, yeah, yes, he was. I'm sorry. And I don't mean any disrespect. That is the man. He is the man. But anyway, he and his wife both are there. They're just no longer with us here physically. Anyway, those are blackberry lily and coxcomb. Supposed to get real tall and look like a rooster comb. Real red, nice. Nice flower on top. Those my wife will shoot. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna plant those. She ain't gonna plant them. So she asked me if I had some. I said yes, but I know she ain't gonna plant them. I will probably. Brown-eyed Susans, coxcomb, and blackberry lily. Again, carrots look pretty good. I haven't weeded them like I should, but carrots are kind of hard to weed because it's kind of hard to tell a carrot from a weed sometimes. Got a little carrot gap right here, and then carrots come back. And so anyway, this is where I'm right now. I'm storing my tomato cages, as you can see. Tomato cages laying everywhere. I need to put them over there. And as soon as we get through with the rain and it dries out enough for me to step in there without squishing and such, this garden will get real wet, right? Especially right down in here. I've got that bank. This is a bank that comes up, and the water just seeps down here and then just holds right there because that bank holds it. So this garden right now is waiting. It's a garden in waiting. It is going to be planted in probably, depends on how I plan everything out, but that will probably be corn and peas. I may do the corn over there where those watermelons are I may do the corn where I showed you that one row of watermelons. When the corn, after the watermelons make, then I'll have room for the corn. So that's my plan right now. Same way here, after these watermelons make, and that'll be maybe July-ish, that's about the time to plant fall corn. So that's my plan as of right now. So the rest of this is maybe 30 feet by 50, 60, 70 feet maybe. And that will go in peas. I'll put in probably 4 or 5 rows of peas. Do like the zipper creams, but I'll put in some purple hull also. And anyway, pretty good little tour of the garden, what's going on right now. If you can see around the tomato cages and see what's going on here. That's it. That's the main garden right there. This is the garden in waiting. Main garden in waiting. So that's it, and let me know how your garden's going. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you're doing. I like to hear about other people's ventures too. If you haven't tried the Grow Arch, now, if you haven't tried that Grow Arch, you need to do that. I'll link at the end of this video. I'll link to some Grow Arch videos or my Grow Arch playlist, and you certainly need to go look at that, because that is a wonderful way to grow climbing vegetables, up to and including not watermelon, but cantaloupe, but cucumbers, climbing beans, anything that climbs. Make a nice little walk-through way to your garden if you want to cover it with some kind of flower, and you can walk into your garden. You got a little gate or something going into your garden. It is pretty. And I'll put a playlist right about now, because we're about done. We are gone.